Hey there, rock fans! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the tunes that shaped our world. Today, we're talking about something epic. 8 rock songs that didn't just hit the charts. They literally changed the course of rock history. These tracks broke rules, redefined genres, and influenced generations of musicians and listeners. From the birth of rock and roll to the grunge explosion and beyond, we'll explore why each one was a game changer. I'll break them down chronologically to show how rock evolved over the decades. So grab your air guitar, crank up the volume, and let's rock out. First up, we have to start at the beginning with Rock Around the Clock.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock, we're gonna rock.
By Bill Haley and His Comets, released in 1954. This song is often credited as the spark that ignited the rock and roll revolution. Before it, music was dominated by big bands and crooners, but Haley brought a wild, upbeat energy with that infectious 12-bar blues structure and driving rhythm. It wasn't an overnight hit, originally a B-side, but when it featured in the movie Blackboard Jungle in 1955, teenagers went nuts. Riots broke out at screenings because kids were dancing in the aisles. This track symbolized youth rebellion against the conservative post-war era. It topped the Billboard charts for 8 weeks, becoming the first rock song to do so and paved the way for artists like Elvis Presley. Without Rock Around the Clock, rock might have stayed underground. Its simple, catchy hook, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, became a blueprint for countless hits, proving that rock could be fun, accessible, and massively commercial. Moving into the British invasion era, let's talk about I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles.
I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand.
Which dropped in 1963. This was the song that launched Beatlemania in America and transformed rock from a regional phenomenon into a global powerhouse. Written by Lennon and McCartney, it featured those harmonious vocals, jangly guitars, and an irresistible pop-rock blend that hooked everyone from teens to adults when it hit number 1 on the U.S. charts in early 1964, just before their Ed Sullivan Show appearance. It shattered sales records, over 1 million copies in days. The Beatles brought sophistication to rock with their songwriting, moving beyond basic love songs to something more melodic and innovative. This track shifted the power from American artists to British ones, inspiring the likes of the Rolling Stones and The Who. It also marked the end of the payola scandals and the rise of authentic youth culture in music. Rock became synonymous with the 1960s counterculture, and I Want to Hold Your Hand was the handshake that sealed the deal. Next, we jump to 1965 with Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone.
Once upon a time, you dressed so fine, through the bumps of dime in your prime.
This song revolutionized rock lyrics and structure, turning it from party music into a vehicle for poetry and social commentary. At over 6 minutes long, it was the longest single ever released at the time, defying radio norms. Dylan's snarling delivery and electric backing, courtesy of Al Kooper's organ riff, bridged folk and rock, alienating some purists but electrifying others. The lyrics, a scathing takedown of privilege and downfall, were unlike anything before. How does it feel to be on your own, with no direction home?
You're next to feel. How does it feel? How does it feel?
It topped charts and influenced everyone from The Doors to punk bands. Dylan's Going Electric at Newport Folk Festival that year, performing this song, symbolized rock's evolution into something intellectual and rebellious. Without it, we might not have the introspective songwriting of artists like Bruce Springsteen or the narrative depth in modern indie rock. It proved rock could be art, not just entertainment. Fast forward to 1967, and we can't ignore Purple Haze by the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Hendrix redefined what a guitar could do, and this track was his psychedelic manifesto. With its distorted riff, feedback, and mind-bending effects, it captured the summer of love's drug-fueled haze. Lyrics like Purple Haze all in my brain evoked altered states, but the real magic was in the instrumentation. Hendrix's innovative use of the wah-wah pedal and amplifier feedback turned the guitar into a voice of chaos and innovation. It peaked at number 3 in the UK and introduced psychedelic rock to the masses, influencing heavy metal and prog rock. Hendrix's performance style, like playing with his teeth or behind his back, became legendary. But Purple Haze showed rock could be experimental and virtuosic. Bands like Cream and Pink Floyd built on this, pushing boundaries. It changed history by making the guitar hero a staple, inspiring shredders from Eddie Van Halen to modern players. Rock guitar would never be the same. Now, let's hit the 1970s with Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin from 1971.
There's a lady, sure, all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway.
This 8-minute epic is rock's ultimate journey, starting as a folk ballad and building to a thunderous climax. Jimmy Page's layered guitars, Robert Plant's mystical lyrics about spiritual quests, and that iconic solo made it a staple of FM radio. Though never released as a single, it became one of the most requested songs ever, forcing radio stations to play full album tracks. It defined hard rock and heavy metal, blending acoustic and electric elements in a way that influenced progressive rock bands like Rush and Yes. The song's structure, quiet verses exploding into heavy riffs, became a template for power ballads. Its cultural impact is huge, from Wayne's World parodies to debates over backward masking. Stairway proved rock could be ambitious and orchestral, elevating the genre to arena-filling spectacles. Without it, the 70s rock landscape would lack that epic scope. In 1975, Queen unleashed Bohemian Rhapsody, a song that shattered every convention.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Bohemian Rhapsody made rock more inclusive and experimental, opening doors for art rock and glam. Entering the 90s, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana in 1991 flipped the script on hair metal and brought grunge to the forefront. Kurt Cobain's raw, anguished vocals over Dave Grohl's pounding drums and that killer riff captured Gen X disillusionment. The lyrics, "Here we are now, entertain us," were a sarcastic jab at apathy. But the song's quiet, loud dynamics became grunge's hallmark. It skyrocketed Nevermind to diamond status, dethroning Michael Jackson on Billboard. Suddenly, alternative rock was mainstream, killing off 80s excess and birthing bands like Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. Nirvana's DIY ethos influenced punk revival and indie scenes. The music video, with its anarchic high school riot, symbolized youth rebellion anew. Teen Spirit changed history by democratizing rock, making it gritty and accessible again, and paving the way for 90s alt-rock dominance. Finally, let's wrap with Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes from 2003. This minimalist anthem, with Jack White's slide guitar riff mimicking a bass line, revived garage rock in the digital age. No bass guitar, just drums and that stomping beat. Yet it became a stadium chant worldwide. peaking at number 1 on alternative charts. It crossed over to sports arenas, where fans chant the riff at soccer games and NBA matches. It influenced the rock revival, inspiring bands like the Black Keys and Arctic Monkeys with its raw, lo-fi sound. In a time of pop dominance, it reminded everyone of rock's primal power. The song's simplicity proved less is more, changing how rock was produced and performed in the 21st century.
There you have it. 8 songs that didn't just play on the radio, they rewrote rock's DNA. From Haley's clock-rocking energy to White's riff revolution, these tracks show how rock adapts, rebels, and endures. Which one changed your life? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button if you dug this, and subscribe for more deep dives into music history. Rock on!